Hello. This is going to be Herd Climber's Gambit. Basically it's Grand Central reverse, but the only part that counts is the forward New York KOM, which is something slightly over 4 minutes. So it's basically it's a smashy climb. Done it before in a different series, and I think my best is 4:11, and I'm going to see if I can beat that. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a map on the screen, a detailed map of the actual climb itself, which starts at 5.2 kilometers, and I've labelled where the steep bits are, or where they start. So those are the points where I'm going to want to put in slightly bigger digs. The idea is to try and average 300 watts if I can for that time period. I think I got very close last time, something like 296 or something like that. So we'll see if I can ride intelligently and get a good result. Just check my fans are working nicely. Nice fan remote control. I can press the buttons using my stick. So I will need to remember to turn the front one up before the actual climb starts, but we've still got 5 kilometers to go. Looks like we've got 7 riders, which is good. They'll probably all go off ahead of me, but my goal is to not use any of my anaerobic capacity before the actual acceleration into the climb starts. So I don't want to go above 200 watts until 5 kilometers, when we make a right turn to the start of the climb. So, oh, there's 9 of us now. That's good. I haven't taken my jacket off yet because it won't be a frantic start. I've already done a decent warm-up. So there they all go. And they're all ahead of me, which is fine and dandy. So that means when the results come up on the KOM board, I'll be able to see when I cross the line exactly what position I'm in, which is always nice. Last time the guy who won it finished after me, so that gives you the false impression that you might have won. Because at the time when you crossed the line you did have the best time. But no matter, this is just a 5 kilometer bimble now. It's you might notice I'm right behind that guy, but my draft indicator in the top right says 0. It's because this is a non-drafting race, so draft is switched off. Just the climb, just your performance on the climb, the only thing that counts, nothing else. Steering is on, as you can see. Not a great deal of help, maybe slight help to take the best line, but it's really not going to make any difference on a race like this. So it's pretty steep right at the start. It's pretty steep at 5.9, and it's pretty steep up to the finish at 6.4. So those are the bits I really need to smash. Obviously at 5.6 it's quite steep, and 5.4 a bit, but the nice thing about this one is that you get these plateaus where you can have a mini break, which is quite surprising how helpful that is. So who's this in front of me? A D. Oh, that's okay. All the B's are way ahead. Fantastic. That's exactly where I want them. Just looking back, curious to see if this guy's going to try and draft me. So in the past I've always had a paper copy of my map above my screen, but today I'm trying for the first time actually having it on the display. I wasn't sure how good it would be, but at the moment I'm quite liking it. So as far as bikes concerned, going for the Ithos and the Roval Alpinist, which is a pure climbing rig, and for a non-drafting race like this with some steep gradients, it's like 16% in places, I think it's perfect. If it was a drafting race, I'd probably use a Tron. And probably be trying to keep up with the other people, obviously, otherwise you get no draft. Right, so the wee bell up in the top right showing 21.9, which is full. I've changed the settings a little bit using a different CP method, and we'll be able to see how much I use. It's got my CP as 222, but obviously I'm seeking to try and average 300, which is quite a lot more than that once we get over onto the climb. So there is a very short pre-climb that's quite punchy and steep. I'm going to have to watch myself there so I don't accidentally burn any weebles. I think I did last time, which was unnecessary. But this time I've got a better idea of exactly where the climb starts. Also, I think I've solved the issue with my map at the bottom of the screen. Now it's scaling nicely, so you can see the little red indicator almost in the middle of the screen. That's me. And we've still got a bit of flat to go before the actual climb. And it looks like some people are just about starting it now. Okay. Time to get ready. Check it off. Swig of drink. .4. Alright, I think I'm turning right here. Then we get a little bit of steep, which I need to not push hard on. So go down a gear rather than pressing harder on the pedals to preserve those weebles. Yeah, this is 7.3, so and then you can see where it kicks up in a moment. We turn right in a second, and there's a little bit of downhill where I need to start pushing hard to build up some speed. And then it's going to be 4 minutes of hard effort, and I doubt if I'll be talking. Almost forgot. Fans to full. Okay. Now it's time to go. Wow, smashed it. Well pleased with that. That's 10 seconds off my best. And maybe a gold. No, I didn't look what the Weeble said I had left at the top. I'll have to go back and check the video stream for that. But it didn't feel like there'd be a hell of a lot left. And I'd say the map on the screen was very successful. Don't know how it would work with a bigger one, but I didn't need to look at the paper one at all. So I'm very happy with that. Oh, it's hard to see how I could have done better there, so I'm very pleased with that result. Oh, now I'm going to unwind with a couple of laps of Volcano Circuit. I don't think you need to see that on the stream. I am very pleased with that. Let's just have a quick look if the results on Zwift Power yet. Not yet. Oh, what's that? Not something I want on my stream. Okay, I'll call it a day there. Stop streaming.